Hello Galactic family, after much release, our potential now is to build new lives. This means different things to different folks, depending on where one is on their ascension path. As we move forward, it will feel lighter and easier in many ways. We clear more, yet it flows more easily if we don't resist. We clear more, yet it flows more easily without the resistance of digging in our heels to slow down the journey. While many say they want the shift, when it becomes so real, the same ones resist any change in their comfort lives. While it seems to be flowing easier, we are preparing for some major calibrations in September. How this might look depends on our perspective and willingness. The best way is through, while staying true to ourselves. While much in the world is straining to pull us into the drama, we must stay within our hearts and remain being the eye of the storm. This strengthens us and helps us be committed to our path, even while the world goes through its more difficult transformation. There is a lot of resistance out there, and resistance creates pain and confusion and defensiveness. Defensiveness is a sure sign someone is holding on to their old ways of being. It's a separate ego protection. There is still so much duality in the world, which means there still is much duality within us. Remember, what is out there is a reflection of what is within. Just this morning I observed so-called spiritual posting that indicated being against anything that destroys is wrong. This is duality. Anytime a being is against something, they are dancing in duality, for to be against is resistance to what is. When one is for something, the energy then flows in the direction of what they are for. Say, love. So next time you judge someone or something, you are in duality and are resisting the shift to be love. Staying neutral helps. This doesn't mean you don't feel. You feel and know the emotion moves through. For instance, since my beloved kitty partner transitioned, I have felt such grief. I allow the grief, for then it transforms to love and I see the truth, and in this way, I experience more freedom to be more love. I don't attach to grief, but I let it flow and observe it. And this is how we can be in the world but not of it. When we have a strong heart, we are strong within and our souls thrive. Meditation in the heart is the key to this strong heart. We can read all the spiritual words in the world, but unless we integrate them, only the intellect grows strong, while the heart remains static. When a person cries for help, no help comes unless the heart is active and strong. When we withdraw from the external matrix, we strengthen our commitment to evolve. When we are strong in this commitment, that which doesn't serve us is easily transformed. Then we have more energy for self-love and self-care. When we get pulled into the old matrix of duality, we give our energy away and there is little left within for us to stay focused in order to be a lighthouse for all of life. Old wounds are healed and whole and we move from depression and self-pity to the strong and enduring heart. When we stay focused on our path of ascension, nothing can disturb us. When we are distracted by life's ongoing drama, we lessen our focus. When we are focused within, we empower our mastery, and it doesn't matter what craziness goes on in the worldly matrix. We are strengthened, not weakened. So much happens with this strength. Our light is stronger, our cells vibrate in a higher and brighter light and we attract what resonates with all of who we are. This is the beginning of being crystalline, our bodies transform to diamond consciousness. Being multifaceted and multidimensional. We continue to rise upward in a sacred spiral, fully awake and aware of every thought, feeling and action, as well as that of others. Being more sensitive means we are more intuitive and feeling and therefore, our guidance is stronger. With our guidance, inner guidance, we make choices that are aligned with soul for our highest evolution. And as we rise higher, Our powerful light then helps others who are ready to awaken and be more love. The light downloads continue non-stop in a steady flow. Before, we could count on some rest and time to integrate. Now we integrate as we go. It really doesn't take a gateway or portal to bring them through, as there is no time in truth. I understand though how humans are so fond of particular dates. Whether it's a holiday or a gateway. Humans love their time slots as though they have to celebrate or do something when the calendar tells them to. Isn't this also a part of the old matrix? Aren't all timelines and labels part of the old matrix as well? I can tell you what's right, for that is entirely up to your own guidance and discretion. Just ponder it. Since the high doses of light are ongoing, stay as balanced and centered as you can. Meditation certainly helps, especially when you consciously ground to source as well as to earth. I see a column of light that flows into the crown, connects all chakras and then anchors at the core of Gaia to her crystal cluster. Physically, everyone experiences the downloads and integration differently, according to where they are in their ascension path. Some are sleeping deeply, while others are having very disruptive sleep. This is me, and yet, I'm energized the next day. I have wondered if this is simply an ongoing experience and I will eventually acclimate to it as it continues. We shall see. I take nothing for granted, for I know we continue to shift. Headaches are different too. Sometimes they are just fuzzy. Some last a few days and some are fleeting. I just flow with it and suggest you do the same. You will never find the answer by wondering if it was something you ate or drank or if it's stress or something else your intellect tells you. You may be having old memories surface. Some memories are painful and so it's easy to see them rise to be let go of. Some are pleasant, yet are you attached to the memory in some way? Let it go. You may have dreams in which someone in your past shows up. You can let those dreams go too. I have had beautiful dreams where there has been a connecting of love, which is forgiveness. I am always grateful for these dreams, which aren't really dreams. They're visitations. We may also recycle through what we thought was complete. There's no use in questioning it. Accept and do whatever you do to let another layer go. There is no blame here, it simply is how things work now. We are in a sacred spiral. When we take everything we have experienced and know that we created it so that we may evolve, we free ourselves. No one did anything to us. That's a perception, for if we believe this, then we are victims, or rather, carry victim energy. We are not victims nor are we victimized. Take responsibility for all that you have attracted. Let go of all blame and judgment. This is being true to yourself. If you believe or perceive that someone did something to hurt you, forgive and see them as a soulmate, someone who shook you awake to be more. No one can hurt you unless you carry victim energy within. Again, it's a perception. By not taking responsibility for your creation, you are burdened forever by that other. You are not free. You carry them with you always. You may see both of you connected at the heart in oneness. Wouldn't this be a beautiful place if all let go of blaming others? Let go of any roles or rules you have allowed or created. Rules and roles keep us stuck in the old. Let go of doing things out of obligation or because you always have done a particular thing or because it's an expectation of yours or of someone else's. Do things that expand your joy. When you do things out of obligation, you become unbalanced and resentful. When you resent something or someone, everyone shuts down. Divine service isn't an obligation. It is something you do because you resonate with it and for the joy of it. If you feel divine service is a should in order to ascend, let it go. That is not divine service. There are no supposed tos in the new. Know too that any time you change something, everything else adjusts, for we cannot separate one thing from another. It's like a mobile. If you cut off one item, the whole mobile bounces around until it finds its new balance. We're the same. Please don't let it stop you. Remember that divine service is not necessarily a spiritual evocation. Divine service is being authentically you. Being of divine service isn't necessarily spiritual at all, where everything that comes out of your mouth is based on the latest buzzwords you've read or heard. Divine service is being true to you, no matter what you're doing or who you're with. Divine service is shining your light by being wholly you.